Alright, this is the video on how to set up your camera. So the first camera we're going to talk about is our R100s. Our R100s are the only camera that is gray or a silver color. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing that you need to know is that in the R100 bags there should be 2 batteries. These batteries, almost all of them have a cover on them. So you need to take the cover off of the battery first. And then where you put your battery and your SD card is on the bottom. So if you go on the bottom and you push this up, this door will open. Whenever you're putting your battery in, it's got 3 metal clips on the bottom, and you just need to put that on the bottom of the hole there. And then make sure that this gray clip is on the outside of the battery, so that way the battery cannot fall out. Then you take your SD card and it goes in the slot underneath the battery. If it does not go in, that means it's in the wrong way. So just turn it around and put it in the other way. Don't try and force it, otherwise it can break the camera or your SD card or both. Whenever you want to release the SD card, you just push down. And same thing with the battery, you just flip this little gray clip over and they will both come right out. Okay, the next thing that you need to know is how to charge your camera. So the first thing is that make sure your battery is in your camera before you start charging. Otherwise, you're charging nothing. If the battery's not in there, you're not charging it. So we have our charger right here. Need to get it unwound a little bit. There we go. Okay, so the charging and all the ports are underneath these little rubber silicone covers on the back of our camera. And so when you're looking at your camera, the one on the right is where your charger and your mic go in. So you take the charger and it goes in the bottom slot, the bottom port in the camera. So it's at the very bottom. And make sure your battery's in before you start charging. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to set up your mic. So this right here is your mic pack, and you know that because it's the one with the barcode on it. So you push down this door right here, and it opens up, and that's where you put your battery. There's a diagram on the inside of how to put the battery in. So you put the battery in, slide it closed, and you do the same thing for your transmitter or receiver. Put the battery in. And then the receiver is the one with the antenna. So you go ahead and extend that antenna. Extending the antenna gets you the best quality and the least amount of feedback. And so you plug this one into the camera, and it is in the port that has a red rim around it that says mic. So that is where your receiver or your transmitter will go, and it's at the very top. Then you have to connect your microphone cord to the microphone pack. And there's only one port on the very top, and it goes straight in there. So on our transmitters and our mics, they both have little switches on the top, and these switches have an off, F1, and F2. F1 and F2 are the different frequencies. So the only thing that you need to make sure that you do is you have it on the same frequency. So if I have both of these on F1, the mic pack light on the top is red, and the light on the top of the transmitter or the receiver is green. I almost just dropped that. It's green. And so make sure that the transmitter pack is green, the mic pack is red. Next, we're going to go ahead and move on to the other set of cameras that we have. So the next set of cameras that we have are cameras that are black in color. And so these are our 300s, 400s, 500s, and 800s. We have all different kinds. And so the first thing that you need to know is that this lens cover does not come off automatically whenever you turn the camera on, like the R100s do. So the switch to get your camera lens off is underneath this little handle up next to the lens. And when you flip it off, you'll see it open up. Your battery for this camera goes in on the back, and it's got little prongs, and that's how you know which way to put it. If it doesn't go in, just like the other battery, don't force it. If it doesn't go, just turn around, try it again. There is a battery release tab on the bottom. Make sure that that goes over the battery so that way this battery can't be pushed out. Otherwise it could stop recording while you are recording. So make sure you just pull that down to release the battery, and you can go ahead and take it off. Your SD card will go on the inside, so you need to open up your camera, and your SD card will go in this little flap right here. And just like with our R100s, you need to make sure if it does not go in very easily, then that means you've got it in the wrong way. Flip around and try it again. To get it to release, make sure you just push down on it and it will pop out and it will eject it. The next thing we need to know is how to set up your mic and your transmitter. So we have two different types of transmitters, like I talked about in our What's in Your Bag video. And so we've got transmitters that have the cord attached all the time, and we have transmitters that do not have the cord attached. It can be detached. So I'm going to show you with the one that is detached. The one that goes in the receiver or the transmitter is the one that looks like an aux cord. So it's got two, it looks like headphone jacks. And so we put one of those in the out. So there's out, ear, off, F1, F2. This one goes in out. So the very first one on, if you're looking at it on the left-hand side. We need to know how to put the batteries in. So you take your batteries, there's a little door right here, and you just push it open and it flips up. And then just follow the diagram that's on the inside on how to put it in, and you close it. Do the same thing with your mic. Okay, and then the receiver or the transmitter, you'll need to put up the antenna. That causes less feedback and you get better quality. And then you plug this into the camera, and it goes into the port that says mic. Okay, so it's the very first port that's the closest to the lens. And so you plug it in there. And then your microphone cord is the one that has the mic on the top, and you would clip this on your shirt. Make sure that any hair, scarves, lanyards are off so that way you don't get any bad feedback and it won't rustle against it. And then this cord just goes in the port that says mic. It's the only port that's on the top of the mic pack. And then both of these have little switches on the top, and they have off, F1, and F2. F1 and F2 are the different frequencies. So you need to make sure that both your mic and your transmitter are on the same frequency. When they are, the mic pack will have a red light on the top, and the transmitter or receiver will have a green light on the top. So make sure that the transmitter has a green light and the mic has a red light. And that is all you need to know on how to set up your camera.